All right, we're live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? My name is EdwinMols. I'm here with Chile from PSUP Esports, and this is the first round of the Ryze bracket for Ryze Up 2012 tournament hosted by LawReport.com. Oh yeah, blast off! That's right, J-Light. We're getting this thing going. We have all 5 members of both teams. For the blue team right now, we have Team Pureownage. I'll go down the player names in a second later. And Team 2, we have Team Spaghetti Cat. Team Pureownage coming from the Warwick bracket, and Team Spaghetti Cat coming from the Master Yi bracket. Now going to clash in a best of 3 to see who will come out the victor. It's going to be super awesome. And how you doing, Chili?
I'm doing good.
Oh yeah, and we're ready to go at any point. So let's go ahead and let them know.
Yeah, we're ready. Also, just so you guys, I know most of you know about this tournament, but there were, I think, 16 brackets, and we have the winners from the Warwick bracket and the Yi bracket. And if you see right here, this is the Ryze bracket. This is for all the winners. And where are we? We're right here. Team Spaghetti versus Team Pureownage, and the winner of this goes into the top 8. And then the winner of that one goes to semifinal or quarterfinals. So it's pretty exciting.
It's absolutely, yeah. We started with 16 brackets with 16 teams each. It's 256 teams total. And we're now down to 16, so a ton of teams eliminated, 240 to be exact. So these are the best of the best. If you don't know anything about the tournament, it is... oh, we turn off the Ryze bracket music, yeah. If you don't know anything about the tournament, this is a tournament specifically for players who, at the time of signing up, were below a threshold of ELO. Now, since then, many of them have changed, but at the time of signing up, they were below this particular ELO. So it is a Ryze Up tournament because these players are rising to the challenge.
Yep, that's right. And yeah, despite the fact that these players didn't hit gold last season, we've seen some really good play already, so I'm excited to watch this one.
Absolutely, yep. And those of you might be watching the stream right now, this is being streamed by Chili Maniac at the twitch.tv/PSUP Esports, but is also being recorded at the same time by EdwinMols, that's me, and will be posted to YouTube at www.youtube.com/PSUP Esports. Basically, if you can't remember what it is, just remember PSUP Esports.
Uh-oh. We seem to have had some a player drop.
Oh, okay. Well, don't worry, nothing is ever easy, but I'm sure that who just
eventually
left,
we will get there.
Yep. So a little bit of a client glitch, no big deal. We're gonna have plenty of time to talk. So I'm sure that one of the first comments on the YouTube video for the archive is where the game actually starts, so that people will be able to jump to that if they don't want to hear us bantering in the beginning.
Who would really?
Me. Oh man, it's been a great day. This is a Saturday around 8 p.m. EST, because that's right, PSUP Esports on the East Coast, and it's been a great day. We just had a kind of like a flash storm. We had a little bit of snow overnight, and actually, I'm very lucky right now. My noisy neighbors upstairs are not currently home. This weekend for Penn State University does happen to be quote-unquote St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day, a kind of self-contrived holiday because St. Patrick's Day used to fall on the spring break, and it's a big partying weekend, and everyone's making quite a lot of noise.
But luckily, all those people are away from here, so we don't have to hear them.
They are not in our vicinity, and for that we're grateful. At least right now.
At least right now, there is an ambulance on the street. People possibly dying.
Yeah, Alpha is a friend of ours. He is behind me right now. I should perhaps contextualize that statement. He's sitting on my bed, whereas I'm sitting at my desk, which is actually I'm still all right. I'm digging the hole. Listen, he's nearby.
Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. The Alf here, tuning in.
I'm not necessarily on Mumble.
That's true.
Alf is all right. When he's in my proximity, and whatever. He's still He has pointed out that there are indeed ambulances going up and down our street, so a little bit worried for the people in our area, but they'll be on.
But if you hear some sort of background noise, then that's probably what it is, and we have sadly no control.
I am happy to entertain. Let your imagination run wild.
Major Giggles and Poctar, you can message each other rather than just going through this roundabout way of checking to see when someone messages me on stream.
Unfortunately, we're now playing the waiting game, waiting for one member of Team Pureownage to come back.
Chris's cereal, always entertaining.
Chris is something. Chris is secret. So what I wondered last time is when I said Chris is secret, Chris is safe, if people actually got it.
I got it, but only when I watched the replay. When you said it, I totally didn't understand it.
To me, neither what I thought of. So now I have this image of Chris as kind of a short, disheveled, balding guy that walks on all fours, and he plays LOL. He plays LOL in this cave, and it's super dark, and his screen doesn't even have back vision. It's not even backlit because he actually can see in the dark because he's got these huge eyes, and you know it's.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. Boy, he's got a box of cereal, and he's holding it next to himself and saying, "Keep, Chris is secret. Chris is safe." Well, it's not your. Does everyone gets this right? Tell me that people get you're Gollum. You're not.
But Gollum didn't say that.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
That was Gandalf.
Oh fuck! Oh my god!
About the ring.
It was Gandalf. What? Oh my god! I'm so bad at Lord of the Rings.
You have shamed your heritage today.
Wow. All right.
I'm liking the caveman with Wheaties motif though. That's going on in chat now.
I shall not pass my Lord of the Rings exam. At least I did that one correctly.
Who said that? Was that Golem?
It's not a big deal. I think it was Mr. Gulliver. Still missing Arceus though.
Arceus.
Who's apparently a noob Pokemon. It's going to be a lot of extraneous stuff at the beginning of these videos. Of course, for I'm going to cut this in thirds or halves, depending on whether or not this particular best of 3 goes 2-0 or 2-1, so that the YouTube video is not one really, really long, strung out piece. Hey, there, Ash Basic. That's good enough. Let's go.
Cute. Things are going on. Oh wait, no wait, that's a bot.
All right. I'm ready to go. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about these teams. So we don't actually know much about Team Pureownage coming from the Warwick bracket. I haven't been able to watch them play at all, but we have been able to see Team Spaghetti Cat before. They played against, we just met each other in the final round of the Master Yi bracket, and they beat We Just Met Each Other. It was a best of 1, of course, back then. Still single elimination. It was a really fun game. They're absolutely hilarious individuals, and it's been a pleasure casting for them, and I'm sure that Team Pureownage is just as wonderful. So I really can't wait to see these teams play. I think it's going to be super awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I had a lot of fun watching the game last time. But it was only a best of 1, as you said, so we'll get to see how both teams kind of react
Exactly.
to each other.
We do have the pick type as tournament draft right now, so we'll be able, of course, kind of blast through those picks and bans.
Yeah. This will be a lot. It won't be a long, drawn-out affair.
J-Light does say loved just met each other. They had an epic conversation in the pre-game chat, and they really had a good time. So I'm glad that was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're a little worried right now, wondering if we have a substitute for Arceus, the 5th member of Team Pureownage.
Uh-oh. It's... In fact...
Arceus apparently oh, did you just see that?
Yeah, apparently got banned.
Oh, no, J-Light's saying that, so that's...
No, it's up above. Rick Ross said it.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed it. Wow.
The Pokemon is banned until March.
That's really in the middle of a tournament. You don't want to get banned. Ooh.
Ouch.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what the really funny part is? Here's how it goes. When you're telling a story, like I was making this metaphor, and I got it completely wrong. I mean, I even used the wrong character from the Lord of the Rings. But you know what? Chris's cereal, regardless of the fact that I screwed that up so epically, will still be Gollum. Because I so emphatically made that connection that no matter how wrong I was, he will still be a Gollum from now on, playing in his cave, huddling close to that box of Wheaties.
So this is actually a very odd situation.
It is a very odd situation, and unfortunately, it's an odd situation that is now going to be immortalized thanks to us.
Apologies.
ban just happen?
Apparently, because he was online.
Yeah, he was on. Look, he's even as declined in the invitations. Unfortunately, we're gonna need somebody to play for Team Pureownage because.
Actually, let me just check and see if I don't know if they have a sub up on the air.
And check the tournament rules, just so those watching the stream will be aware of what the rules should be for this situation.
I see them as having one substitute.
Okay, and
I don't know where the rules are exactly. Rules, here we go. Players must adhere to the summoner's code.
Oh, no.
apparently not.
That's pretty much all they got.
and
then
it's obviously the rest of the
staff
team
will deal with other stuff.
The rest of the team had very little to no control over that situation. So as Mr. Gulliver is saying, he got banned for AFK for leaving game. I think it's okay.
So we'll be watching this.
I'm sorry,
see how it
Elwood
pans
Blues.
out.
I'm sorry, Elwood Blues. I have no idea, man. Well, let's talk about. We have 14 minutes and 15 seconds left in the custom game. Wow, kind of running out of time here. J-Light is voting. Let them play.
I mean, a 4v5.
Exactly. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Hang on. Their I think their sub is actually in this game.
Mr. Gulliver says you may use a sub as long as you guys use Evelyn. Nice. They are saying I let them play. What Gollum says goes. But we, unfortunately, we did. There is an inherent problem with this because if there's a player in the game that did not meet the qualifications for the time of registration, that kind of disqualifies them from ever playing in the tournament whatsoever. So if they were gold in Season 1 or at the time of registration they were 1500, that kind of means that you can't use them.
We just lost another one.
We did just lose another one, although I think it's for, a different reason. I can't imagine that he just got banned too.
The whole team's going down one by one. Well, I'm looking at their team thing, and they do have Asian Arias is in the game or was in the game, and he's their sub. But under their team members, they have someone called Method Man who's not in the game, so I don't know if he's not there.
Oh, we're asking for.
Apparently is on vacation according to Polycat.
Hugo1233 and Asian Areas has been invited back to the game, so I think that's going to make them up to 5 players. I think the consensus is that the player that was banned switched accounts so that he will still be able to play, and that is how that's working.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds good to me. I'm ready to go.
Well, certainly an odd start.
Yeah, but at least we're able to make our way kind of back to a stable situation. Unfortunately, the runes and masteries of the player playing on a different account may be affected, but small price to pay for still being able to play after getting banned.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that he got banned and is still playing he should be thankful for that.
Wait. Invite Arceus again? I thought he got banned. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty confused right now, Chili.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to whoever's watching this and they're like, oh, we thought we were gonna see games of League of Legends.
No, you're not gonna see the game at all. All right, we're remaking the game, so we'll get out of this thing.
Because we are just as confused as you are.
And here you can see the lovely Valentine's Day Vayne skin, and by that I mean it's actually absolutely one of my least favorite skins at all. No offense. Actually, let me temper that statement. No offense whatsoever to the person who designed it. I think it's very very well drawn and very well done in terms of like technical skill in terms of the model. But I don't really like the style of it.
Look, the Journal of Justice.
What? They actually made a new one?
No, it's an old one.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, the Journal of Justices have not been quite so
They seem to have given up
on
that.
point.
They did actually make an announcement about this. I don't know if you guys saw. They said that they felt that they were kind of too limiting. and we're trying to do something else different with the lore department. So they're gonna do like 1 or 2 more and then shut it down. I think that's what they said, and then do something else which they like better. So we don't really know what the deal is right now.
Intriguing.
Unrelated, but interesting. Alright, got invited to the game. Did you get invited to the game?
I'm already there.
Well, fine.
Okay.
And
I do get to hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. All since you're behind me, what's the stream delay?
This I could confirm. Let's see. So, do something.
Hey, check 1, 2. This is for Alf.
Well, I muted the local audio so that doesn't go nuts. But type something in the chat, or I guess you can see something.
So, even though people are saying this
God,
new
Nate,
player,
ruined
maybe
it.
the old player, ELO is too high, I just checked in Season 1, he was only silver,
Well,
which still passes the requirements.
What happened?
Sorry?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm communicating with Alf to find out exactly what the stream lag is.
It's about 20 seconds.
I got about 20 seconds on stream lag. That's pretty good. One thing we want to avoid, of course, since
We're in.
Yep, we're in. Since we've invited these players to, casually be listening to the stream just for kicks, it's always fun to have people talk back to you when you're typing and stuff like that. What we should avoid doing is talking too much about the strategy behind the picks and things like summoner spells while these players are still picking. Now, once they're locked in completely as a team and switch their characters and all that stuff, we can start analyzing the situation, because at that point, they basically can't change anything, and we'll soon see each other's characters and their summoner spells. But until then, let's refrain about being too vocal about that.
So we're not going to talk about picks and bans?
Well, I'm going to just illuminate kind of what's obvious. We have a Shen ban and a Skarner ban. Shen has been buffed this past. It was this.
But he got hotfixed.
He was hotfixed, and it's kind of been strange to see where he's settled after all of that.
Yeah. So I guess Riot kind of deciding that maybe they did a little bit too much with him, put him down. I think he's still very good, so...
Oh yeah, I think he's definitely changed significantly since where he was before all of this business started happening. The Skarner ban, Skarner hasn't been seeing quite as many bans lately, but it could have been a targeted ban. We did not look at the profiles of Team Pureownage, but Skarner is a very strong jungler, and let's face it, when you're up against a team that you're not sure about the skill level of them, it's not a bad idea just sometimes to pick CC and just CC the hell of them,
I mean, we also see there seems to be quite a bit of jungler hate already. Skarner, Shaco, and Rammus all really strong, and also really strong gankers as well as strong junglers.
Absolutely.
Especially Shaco, Rammus.
Graves is a ban. Graves is, of course, very strong AD, has been for a very long time, and there are quite a few people out there that, since Graves has come out, have kind of made him one of their mains. So not only is he strong, but he's very easily played by a lot of people. That's interesting. We have an Evelyn ban from Team Spaghetti Cat. It's kind of the same way, a quicker way of not banning a champion. So you'll see some people wait out the ban so they actually don't ban anything. Banning Evelyn is kind of the same thing as that, saying we essentially don't want to ban anything, but we're going to do it immediately.
Possibly targeted ban?
Also, I don't like Evelyn, so that's fine.
We do the first pick. This will be a good chance to go over the players themselves. This is the first pick, Udyr for Psychotic. And we'll see whether or not he chooses to hang on to that.
EdwinMols, can you hear things over my mic?
No, I can just hear your mic.
Okay, cool. There's bass shaking the building, but besides that, everything's good.
Good God. Well, actually, no. Fortunately, I cannot hear that. Is that some wicked dubstep going on?
May well be.
Oh, yeah. I, EdwinMols, am a fan of dubstep, at least the good dubstep. I think it's...
I Chile am not.
I know. You are more a fan of girly pop, and I understand that.
What?
No, I'm kidding. That would be Manticles.
Double jungle. Got this Tarek jungle up in here.
Well, we don't want to talk about things like that, but we do have Paktar picking up Tarek and Polycat picking up Warwick. So two very strong CC, crowd control based champions right off the bat. They're both tanky, and they both have a point and click long duration CC. That's pretty strong. Rick Ross over in Team Pureownage jumps on top of that Sona. And it's true, kind of taking his time, thinking a little bit about his champion choice, probably talking with his team. Of course, these teams are almost certainly on some kind of voice over IP software, so they can be talking with each other, because you never want to be typing to each other in-game. It slows down so much what you can do. Looks like the Corki is currently the hover, and there he goes in, locks in his Corki. Chris's Frosted Flakes picks up Kale.
Kaylee.
Kaylee.
I'm just being contrary.
Which means nothing unless you happen to have seen Firefly, in which case it'll mean a whole lot to you. Kaylee is a pretty cool character, and that show is freaking awesome. But unfortunately, Fox. But the switch from Kaylee to Teemo, interestingly. And now locking in as Ezreal. So,
Ezreal.
Jumping around a little bit with a little troll from our Golem friend Chris. And then Mr. Gulliver's grabbing the Scion.
I think all of Team Spaghetti Cat is probably trolling us right now because they have seen us cast before.
There's a very good chance of that. However, their name also is Team Spaghetti Cat.
That's a great name. Are you taking issue with Spaghetti?
Not at all.
Cats?
Not at all. Team Pasta Feline.
Oh, that's good too.
Team Rigatoni Sabretooth. I'm just throwing some things out there. Team Lasagna Garfield.
Lasagna Garfield.
I'm just pulling a little thesaurus going on here, but we do have the Scion Warwick Taric on Team Spaghetti Cat, and I gotta say, Chile, that's three point and click stuns, man. One of them's instant,
Yeah.
the other two have very fast travel times, and they're quite a nice duration.
And of course, Scion Tarics are on very, very, very short cooldowns compared to Warwick's, but even so, those are point and click stuns.
Yep, and that's something that's really important to bring up. Actually, Odd One was talking about it on his stream a while ago. Something that I had often thought about but not vocalized is the fact that ranged CC is actually fairly rare in League of Legends, and instant ranged CC is rare as I'll get out, man. Warwick's ult is actually incredible when you consider the fact that it's instantaneous and it's long duration at a range. Like, that's pretty much unheard of in League of Legends.
Yeah, you're right. It jumps right to you.
I mean, you have Vygar, and you have some other examples, I suppose, but suffice to say, it's relatively
So
rare.
we got our last player picking for Team Spaghetti Feline, and after that we can actually talk about the picks. Apparently.
I like it. Well, we will have to obviously point out while we were talking about random things. Hugo 1233 did pick up Karthus, and Asian areas, just call him Asian, picked up. I mean, come on, picked up Irelia, and looks like we're gonna have the last pick for Team Spaghetti Cat as J-Light with the boom Tryndamere. These players are gonna have. Oh, so go ahead.
It's okay. I got a message saying Tryndamere just for you, Chili.
Tryndamere just for you. Team Spaghetti Cat does seem to love you quite a bit.
I am their biggest fan.
Awesome.
So, now that everyone's locked in,
everyone's locked in.
Things?
Yep, we can talk about picks. I mean, they basically can't change anything at this point. I mean, even if you could not see summoner spells, you would look at these teams, and the junglers for either one are fairly obvious. In some cases, you may see an Irelia jungle, or a Scion jungle, or a Tryndamere jungle, but generally those are pretty rare, and it's pretty obvious that we're probably going to be seeing an Udyr jungle and a Warwick jungle coming out of each of these teams. And I kind of want to actually start right there, because I actually consider both of those jungles to be very strong. Warwick received buffs in the same patch that Shen did, and he's actually seen a lot of play recently, both in lane and in the jungle.
So 3-minute delay. Bye guys. See you in a moment. Maybe you should stop listening to the stream because you get really confused, but I think you might do it anyway. So.
Have fun. Don't let us ruin your level 1 fight.
Yeah. So we saw Chris's Serial playing Ezreal last game that we spectated, which was last week, and he did very, very well, getting kills early on and managing to carry his team to victory. So let's see if he can duplicate that.
He did a great job playing a steamrolling champ. He did a great job playing a snowballing champ and managed to ball that snow quite effectively.
Into a steamroll.
Into a ball. Listen, all right. Anyway, he played good. He's gonna play good probably. I would like, but I do want to jump back to the junglers real quick. Both of these can be very effective fast junglers. They're relatively quick and clear in the jungle. Udyr's a little bit quicker than Warwick, even though Warwick's base attack speed was increased, and attack speed per level was increased in that last patch. Both can do a fair amount of counter jungling, and their ganks are pretty good. I would like to point out, though, that Udyr's ganks are much stronger than Warwick's pre-level 6.
Definitely.
So I think the early game, early lane aggression could be very strong for Team Pureownage against Team Spaghetti Cat. Just going to call them Pureownage and Spaghetti Cat, let's face it.
Yeah, and I mean, we see that I would consider their ganks to be, fairly good, but if we're looking at, like, the bans, Rammus and Shaco, their ganks are terrifying. So we seem to have kind of moved away from the really, really powerful ganks and instead going to sustaining counter jungling.
Well, we've moved
people who are safe.
We've moved away from champions that are almost explicit gankers to jungling champions that are very strong both at farming the jungle and at ganking. So they have a lot more options actually at this point. But basically both teams are broadcasting that they're afraid of really, really strong ganks. They're okay dealing with an Udyr. They're okay dealing with a Warwick. They can suffer those things.
Who will probably both build pretty tanky come late game.
Oh, absolutely. Being that frontline champion. I mean, look at Pure. Let's actually look at the kind of like the team fight for these teams. We have an Aurelia and an Udyr as frontline champions for Pureownage, and we have a Sion, Tryndamere, and Tark to a certain extent as frontline champions for Spaghetti Cat. One of the key differences between these is that both Sion and Tryndamere are really, really like main damage dealers. And Warwick. They have a lot of frontline melee on Spaghetti Cat. And what's interesting as well is that those frontline melee champions all deal a significant amount of damage on their own. Not to say that Aurelia and Udyr don't either, but Pureownage is certainly more focused on kind of protecting their main damage dealers, Karthus and Corki. And by protecting Karthus, I mean at some points letting Karthus die, of course.
Right. Karthus can be just as useful once he's dead.
But, definitely... They're going to need... Udyr and... I'll use their names. It's True and Asian are really going to be focusing a lot on peeling for Corki. They're going to have to be playing this back and forth game between focusing important targets and peeling for Corki. However, the Sona stun is going to be very important because I haven't brought that up yet.
Yeah, the lane I'm most interested in is probably going to be Sion versus Karthus because I consider those to be really, really different types of casters.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Sion's got combo, and Karthus has his lay waste that does damage over a long period of time, but when it comes to burst, Sion's really got it made. However, I would say Sion falls off a lot more than Karthus late game, so maybe they'll have to try and make plays mid game to see if they can win.
One of the most important things to elucidate upon is that Sion has the wonderful ability to gank really strong. Now, Karthus has nice ganks as well, but Sion is going to be an excellent character for the picks. So if Pureownage gets a lot of picks on individual or small champions, basically skirmishes with Team Spaghetti Cat where they have an advantage, Sion's going to be much more effective than Karthus will at securing those kills and those kind of skirmish ideals. However, in a big team fight, while Sion can do tons of damage using with his shield, his stuns, and his ultimate, Karthus is going to be just a powerhouse, being able to sit there and do tons of damage. I think I switched the team somewhere in there. I'm sorry, Sion is for Spaghetti Cat. Karthus is for Pureownage. Excuse me.
Well, actually, that brings up something I didn't really think about, which it looks like their Team Spaghetti Cat's team is really built for picks and for getting a kill. Like getting one kill, getting one person dead.
Mm-hmm. And if they get that one person dead, hopefully that they can go then on and clean up the rest of the fight.
Right. But if we're talking about sustained long fights, AoE from Karthus plus the Sona counter initiate, which is really strong, might mean they're able to win. So we'll see if that actually comes into play, if they're able to focus someone.
Absolutely. Corki also offers a huge amount of bombardment, and the sustain from Sona is going to be very powerful, whereas the sustain from Tarek is fairly minimal.
But he does have the stun.
He does have the stun. You're absolutely right. So we will see that Udyr. I want to see what he has picked up yet. Has he actually leveled his skill yet? No, he has not leveled his skill yet. A very good idea. A lot of players when they first start League of Legends will just kind of have this idea that you always start with one particular skill. With a champion like Udyr, this is not always the case. We see It's True is wisely not selected his skill yet. If they find somebody in this level 1 scenario, he could easily pick a bear stance, get that stun, and get a nice pick on an enemy champion. However, bear stance is not very effective at jungling. This
Both
is
teams kind of moving into each other's jungle here.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think level 1 fight advantage definitely goes to Team Spaghetti Cat because of probably they've got 2 stuns right now.
Yep. Mr. Gulliver and Paktar are definitely packing those stuns.
So it's kind of interesting that we've got Pureownage deciding to invade despite the fact they know that the other team has 2 stuns.
Think about the mentality of this. I'm going to brush through this real quick, but both champions like to start at blue. Both champions accelerate their jungle greatly by starting at blue, and both of them don't generally get red first. So purple team, Pureownage, or I'm sorry, Spaghetti Cat, is not doing it. They don't want to meet the enemy in the jungle. They want to steal red. They're anticipating that Udyr will not be at red, so their invasion is not to engage the enemy, but to steal jungle. However, you'll notice that Pureownage invaded blue, expecting the team to be there because that is where they expected Warwick to start. So basically, what I'm saying is that Pureownage.
I don't think Pureownage knows that this. They've been very, very close, but I don't think they've actually realized that they're in their jungle.
Not quite.
Which is pretty impressive.
Pureownage was intent on actually finding the enemy, whereas.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. Oh, look at the stun on Rick Ross.
I got the stun, but I don't think.
Yep.
Flash.
Chris's cereal doing a little bit of damage there. I'm sorry, I'm talking quite a little bit too much about the mentality of those invades, but look at Polycat. Oh, this is
Okay, this is Polycat. I got lost trying to find him there for a moment.
No, he's totally fine. See, look at the power of Warwick jungle. Totally fine doing that.
And he did smite the other team's red, so he doesn't have smite for that.
We're back on a full team vision, for me at least. It's Chu, got the blue. He's going and picking up those wolves, and
yeah, definitely early game advantage. They took. Oh wow, this is good bottom. This is a solid attack on.
Psychotic has taken a lot of damage. Psychotic, the AD carry for Pureownage on Corki, is already down to about a bar and a half. He has about boots 3 pots, even though he's a healing jungler, or a healing support, excuse me. Definitely a good idea, and is now already chugging a couple of those. We have Chris Cecile coming with a Doran's Blade with Paktar. Paktar picking up a couple of wards as well. So Chris Cecile has an advantage in health and attack damage and a little bit of lifesteal. We'll see how he uses that against Psychotic, who's actually gone up. He's taking a lot of damage. He's got the stun by Paktar. He's getting really low. His flash is down. No, his flash is up. I'm done.
I don't think so. His flash is still good. Sona's, which is
Chris Cecile actually taking a lot of damage in return. It's true now, moving down and picking up red. Warwick having skipped his own red, having still have the red from Udyr's side. I'm sorry, It's True was not picking up red. He was cleaning up afterwards.
Yeah.
Look at top. J-Light, very aggressive. Already pushing this lane super hard. It is Trinimir, of course, who likes to keep that rage bar nice and full. But against an Irelia... Oh,
wow.
Look at that crit. Goes on for the crit and spinning out.
Yep, that was a very good crit.
And...
So, bottom being so aggressive here. They might get it. Oh, nope. Sona Blue here.
But look at It's True coming in. He did his bear stance. Rick Ross is out of mana, but Chris Cecile retreating. He does have Arcane Shift and Flash Ups. Not going to get caught by that Udyr yet. Asian Areas has already started using his health potions. He is Cloth 5 against this Tryndamere, who is actually also Cloth 5. Kind of interested to see that.
Sensible choices by both, I think.
Yeah.
So we did notice Irelia does have teleport, I believe, which Tryndamere does not. So perhaps that'll be able to keep her around longer.
Keep her around longer, but also J-Light's going to have a huge advantage if they start engaging each other in lane. But here's Polycat coming into mid. Hugo gets stunned. Polycat hesitating just a little bit, but he does have the red buff. He can flash in for this. There's the shield pop on Hugo. The ignite goes down, but he actually flashes out, and he's going to live.
Almost simultaneous flashes there.
If Polycat, and I don't want to place blame, but if Polycat had not quite hesitated in the brush, he saw that Mr. Gulliver laid down the stun immediately. If he had gone immediately, I think that kill would have gone off. Even just 2 applications of red buff would have secured that kill.
J-Light really going to push strategy here up top.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's interesting that he did so knowing that Udyr was recently I believe they saw him in mid lane, but Udyr is coming top now. J-Light's taking a little bit of damage. He does spin away, guessing what Asian is up to. He even pops the heal now, probably a little bit earlier than he had to, but he's totally fine. Still got 5 potions, hasn't even touched them. Udyr.
Oh, and oh my goodness, he's got 3 times as many last hits by forcing Irelia to last down the tower. He's really screwed her up.
Yeah, especially before Irelia has a chance to get any kind of... Well, her Q isn't very leveled right now, so whether or not she can actually use that, he pops it right there, but... Irelia is pretty good at last hitting on the tower, but not for a couple of levels. It's True actually got pulled way out of lane. That going top may not have seemed like a bad thing for Udyr right there, but he actually was drawn away from doing useful things for a pretty substantial amount of time. He's actually going to be a little bit behind Polycat now, right? They're both level 4. We see that Polycat hasn't had a chance to back, but is a few creeps ahead.
Scion backed.
Udyr. And bottom lane, Rick Ross and Psychotic getting pushed around quite a bit. Chris Serial and Poktar not at the best of health, but still doing pretty dang good. And they do have a ward, of course, in the gank brush. Now, this is really... They're trying to back in front of the tower. They need to know that Ezreal's not going to let them do that. If they're really trying to get away with that. I think they're baiting more than anything else, but it's not turning out in their favor because they're still getting poked.
Yeah, they are. Baits don't work if you die.
Oh, Psychotic getting very low.
Really good shots.
And now, actually, this is an interesting test of Chris Serial and Poktar's patience. Yeah, they're just going to let him get away. They're not going to try to go any kind of crazy dives. Hugo has actually already got boots and a Tear of the Goddess, despite getting early ganked and having to use his flash. That's pretty good on Karthus early. Like, he'll be able to stack that Tear very well. Now, Cyan's actually invading the jungle of Pureownage. He has an idea of where Udyr might be, and he warded the blue. That's going to be really strong. It's true. Walking past the ward right now. Polycat knows exactly where it is. Mr. Gulliver knows exactly where it is. We're going to get a huge counter gank in top right now if Mr. Gulliver decides to go top.
Yeah.
They know right where he is.
Tryndamere will probably bait this.
Oh, man. Now, Udyr could run around through the jungle, but this could be very bad. He's in an awful position, and Asian's actually going to go in, not having any idea how bad this could possibly be. It's True's going in, too, and they're only now realizing how bad this is going to be. This Mocking Shout goes off. It's True eats the stun. The shield actually doesn't deal damage, unfortunately. It's True flashes and eats the exhaust. J-Light's going in. He is level 6. Here's the dive. First blood goes to Mr. Gulliver. Asian's getting very low.
Asian as well?
Oh, but J-Light does go down. Mr. Gulliver getting very low. He will flash out and actually live. Polycat will get the kill, but this is the Karthus ult and the shield's up.
The shield will probably save him.
Oh, but they do get 2 kills. It's actually 2 and 2 after that engage.
Wow.
Very intense, but definitely going in favor of Purple Team. First of all, there were 3 assists spread around there. Well, actually, Hugo got...
Technically, they got first blood.
they got first blood, but Hugo did thankfully get some assists.
A
Psychotic!
Going on down
Yeah! Taking a lot of damage. Oof.
Good jump from Karthus, though, paying attention to his team,
and now this
trying to help out.
This is going to be interesting. Karthus is moving to get blue right now. Unfortunately, despite the nice warding of Spaghetti Cat, I don't really think that they can do anything about Pureownage picking up blue right here. Hugo's going to have the blue, and there's nothing better for a Karthus than having an early blue when he has that Tear of the Goddess. He's really going to get a chance to stack that up.
I think we got to give credit to Irelia, Asian Aries as well. When getting dived by 3 people, was still able to force a flash and got a kill for her team.
And yeah, and they were even able to eat both summoner spells from J-Light. You said the flash earlier, but his exhaust obviously was used earlier.
Right. So in that kind of situation, even if you know you're going to die, you can still help your team out.
Yeah,
by
totally.
doing everything you can to spread the...
and obviously...
Sure that... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously a smart play, just knowing that they have Karthus as well. Yeah,
In fact, J-Light going in on Asian Aries up top now, down to 2 bars.
Pretty low, but looks like Asian Aries going to farm off of that ultimate for a little bit, but J-Light's really got a strong position. He's already got a Wriggles.
On bot.
Oh, shoot. I missed a kill on Psychotic. Chris's hero is really low, but Rick Ross is going to go down probably to Polycat's Hungering Strike right anytime. No, he wants to get the kill.
Yep, they're trying to Ezreal, but it looks like Polycat didn't get it.
That was clever. He took it anyway. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I mean, I know they want to feed the Ezreal, but he's already, he's already 0-0-2 with 65 last hits. He's doing fine. I did want to comment that J-Light already has the Wriggles, and he's actually pushing the tower very aggressively. Not sure if he actually wants to take down this tower quite that early.
I think he will. It looks like the team's trying to go for every early advantage they can.
Yeah, and
I would not be surprised if they try and take out the towers early. In fact, bot's pushing pretty hard as well.
No kidding. They want to take out the towers. They also have aggressively warded Dragon. They just warded Dragon.
But they did it aggressively.
They did it aggressively. There's a
fervor.
With fervor, as Ulf says. But there actually isn't a ward directly on Dragon, so if they're able to push over top and bottom simultaneously and then pick up a Dragon, I mean, I think that's a brilliant play. Spaghetti Cat can accelerate themselves into the lead very quickly. It's true coming top now with Red Buff and Bear Stance. Polycat's nearby, not going to quite get the stun off. He is only level 5. J-Light's going to turn around, actually. Eat the Red Buff. Irelia's coming in. Here's Polycat. He has the ult. He's 6. He lays it down on O, but he cancels it on It's True. Doing enough damage, though, with Red Buff.
I think that was Asian using the stun to try and stop him.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right. I'm sorry. My bad. Asian's going to go down to the red buff, actually, of Polycat ticking just after J-Light used his spinning slash. That's 6-2 already, and Spaghetti Cat's got quite an advantage.
And actually, Polycat has 4 of those.
Good God, yeah. We got a 4-1-1. Actually, some stuff going on in mid. Hugo's moved in to do some damage, but Mr. Gulliver dancing around those lay wastes. And succeeding in doing more damage in that engagement. Both APs right now have blue, of course. So they're happy to spam their abilities. J-Light is taken down top and is charging forward without regard to his own safety. He actually has no warding. In fact, look at the. I'll take a look at.
Oh wow!
The vision. Bottom.
Sorry.
No, you're right. That's good. I'm looking at the vision right now for Spaghetti Cat. Trinimir charged in. He had no vision, but he happened to know recently where the members of Pureownage were. But Psychotic's getting dove right now. I'm sorry, you're totally wrong. Rick Ross did go down to Chris's Cereal and Poktar. Kill going to Chris's Cereal.
Actually, yeah, I guess, I don't know if you were watching at it, but Sona did ult, but just as she did Chris's Cereal able to Arcane Shift out of the way, it was really good timing. Which then led to that kill because they were not dancing.
No kidding. Highest farm in the game right now going to Karthus, I will say. 100. He's actually sitting pretty good in gold right now. Take a look at his gold. He's at 3,500, which is pretty comparable to the rest of Team Spaghetti Cat, but unfortunately the rest of his team is suffering a little bit in the gold department.
Looks like we've got move in on Dragon here.
There's the pink ward by Polycat. It's true, might get caught totally out of position. Oh, the 4-on-1. He's going to drop like a fly.
Really nice spin from Trinimir. Get in on the fight as soon as possible.
Yeah, and Polycat is now 5-1-1, doing amazing. Gonna pick up that early, Wit's End. He's got the Null Magic Mantle and the recurve bow, and there's the smite on Dragon at 1235 with a top tower already down. And I mean,
that was a really fast Dragon.
Chile, that's 5.6k gold advantage at 12 minutes.
They got the pick, and not only did they get the pick, but they used the advantage. They had to go get another objective. It was exactly what you should do if you have, if you get a pick.
Absolutely, this is kind of the as we saw in IEM Kiev. This is the TSM mentality. You get a tower, get all the towers. You know, you get a kill, get all the kills. it makes more sense with towers.
Tangerang just asking me if Udyr went Tiger or Phoenix, and we can see he actually did go Tiger because he does not even have a point in Phoenix right now.
I'll go ahead and click on Udyr here. Check out that he has gone heavily into Tiger stance with some turtle stance, which is very effective, of course, at shredding enemy champions, but I think a little bit slower at the jungle. But somebody might correct me on that. I'm not exactly sure.
Another fight bottom.
Yep.
Chris's Cereal getting a kill. He missed his ult actually, but was still able to pick it up. Poktar really low.
Yeah, at this point, he does have a plethora of 80 items, and
Udyr is in the jungle behind him though.
That is true. He might try to get aggressive on Rick Ross, but no, he knows that his support is back, and he wisely backs away. He takes his advantage. He's level 9 to Sona's level 7 right now, so Ezreal's sitting pretty nice and pretty.
Also no mana on Ezreal. Looks like
Look
we're going
at
to have a
J-Light
fight up here for blue. Yeah. Actually, both teams warded the blue side's blue.
Yep. I think Pureownage is very aware of how in danger their top jungle is right now, too. J-Light, of course, equipped with that Wriggles Lantern and a Zeal, so he can easily counter jungle the crap out of Udyr. And looks like they're moving into steel blue right now.
Yep, they are, and Ezreal's actually picking up a Wriggles as well, even more Dragon Control.
Wow,
Well, it's a good early game.
As well as a Phage.
Yep, we got 3 moving in to take
Now Karthus is coming in. He might be able to steal with a lay waste, but it's got to be perfectly timed, and hell no. That shield pop is super strong. Cyan right now sitting with a nice needlessly large rod. Boots of mobility. And meanwhile, Asian gets taken pretty low by J-Light top.
Also, if the kills weren't enough, we've actually got Udyr 2 levels behind the Warwick, Polycat's Warwick, so...
Well, when you have that many kills...
yeah.
His CS is pretty low, but there goes bot tower. Chris's Cereal gonna go ahead and jump in on Psychotic. Or just... And by jump in, I mean he's gonna shoot things at him. Looks like they want to steal red. Basically. Looking to steal red right now, yeah.
Look at how aggressive they're being. They've taken blue, they're gonna take red.
All over the place. Chris's Cereal is like, no problem, I got this thing. Check out my Wriggles procs, baby, yeah! And he's turning red around on Psychotic, he has the red buff now. Poktar's coming in for the stun. There's the Valkyrie over the wall, and the ult misses. But Rick Ross eats it! Mr. Gulliver flashes over the wall. Holy
amount of damage from the Scion Shield and stun put together. Just wipes him out. J-Light actually pushing top.
Oh, totally. Oh, totally. When you get that kind of stuff coming on top, look, he knew exactly what Udyr's going to do. He still doesn't have vision of Udyr, but Udyr's going to show his face pretty soon to this ward. He knows Udyr's bottom right now. He has double wards, 1 in the river, 1 at blue's blue. He feels totally safe. He even knows he can 1v2 at this point. J-Light is like ready to go, man.
Yep. And he's actually 2 levels above his lane partner as well.
Yeah. Only 1 now, but yeah. It's true is really... Oh, man. He's struggling to stay in this game. He's going to be quite far behind. Psychotic as well. Actually, all members of the team except for Hugo. He was only the really one in a good position right now, and they may be able to exploit that Karthus's advantage and to get themselves back in the game, but it's going to be difficult. I mean, look, it's 16 minutes into the game, and they're already behind 8.5k gold. It's huge. Rick Ross getting really low. There's the Karthus ult. Maybe able to pick up Paktar, and Psychotic does. Actually, it goes to Hugo.
Yep.
That was great. Good job. Bot got really aggressive, and they turned around and got a kill on the support.
Definitely, and I just like to point out for people who do like to run a team that pushes, or like even just a character that pushes, what J-Light's doing here is really what you want to do. You can't afford to push if you don't know where the other team is. So the fact that he's got this warded means he knows he can push without, and if someone comes, he'll just leave like he's doing right now.
Exactly.
That's how you gotta play.
And when he was pushing earlier, even without wards, he knew based on the movements of the enemy team where everyone is. He didn't have to see them. It's kind of a process of elimination type thing. Mr. Gulliver saying, I want your wraiths. Steals him away from Polycat. Polycat does not look pleased, but whatever. He's got the double buffs. He's going in for potential gank on mid. Actually, he's coming to blue right now. They do have a ward sight on It's True. Udyr. They might catch him right here. He's coming to the brush. Polycat's ready. He could totally... There's the Hungering Strike. It's True is definitely going to go down for this.
Yeah.
Where's one stun? There's the ult from Polycat. There's the second stun, and picked up by Mr. Gulliver's shield.
And with we were talking about it before, all this CC really putting them at a good early game advantage, which they can hopefully carry through to late game.
At this point, it's going to be hard not to carry it over. I mean, they're going to wreck this tower. Yep.
Might dive Karthus.
J-Light's relatively conservative considering that position here. I could have seen a dive there. I mean, they see Corky bot, they see Aurelio top.
Yeah, and even just taking all these towers kind of shows that their
Polycat
strategy
tanking the tower, though. There he goes.
is for an early game kind of win. Get all the money you can as quickly as you can. Paktar in a really bad spot, though.
I mean, Paktar's in a bad spot. He might be able to fly. Oh, no. Wow, feed another kill to Hugo, who's actually sitting at nice at 300. He's got the Merc Treads, interestingly enough, and he has quite a lot of gold in the bank, I would guess, 1,200. Getting close to that needlessly large wad. This is going to be very telling. Purple team is low. This is actually one of the best times right now for Pureownage to fight, but even so, they're so far behind. Psychotic taking some damage, getting to hit that shield.
Hugo actually has no mana for this fight.
That's bad. Although he could die and have free abilities, but that's kind of really
true.
risky scenario. They may be able, with the kind of CC that Spaghetti Cat has, they can easily pick off Karthus and then just back out, and then just like let his corpse do nothing.
And I think that Team Pureownage really wanted to go in on that because they knew it was good for them, but probably Karthus said something or they noticed that he couldn't be in the fight, and
Absolutely.
he is their most powerful character.
Polycat with the Wit's End and the boost from Chris Cicero for his attack speed, both Wriggle's going to take down Dragon in a matter of seconds. And despite the fact that actually Pureownage responded pretty quickly, they're going to have no idea that that was literally taken seconds before.
Yeah, they had. I mean, it was really close in the timing. They knew they had to get it warded. It's just sad they were a little bit too slow.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what they need to do to get back in the game right now. They're down basically. They have one. Spaghetti Cat has 1.5 times their gold, and they have all of their outer towers down. So they're down on map control and they're down on gold. Unfortunately, two of the most.
is actually seen here.
Yep. Actually, he's running, interestingly, the wrong way. He's going to loop around, but Kasadakai's... Oh, he tries to juke through the brush. Chris Cicero is pretty far away. Paktar is being really silly this game. Lays down the stun, and it's true, but it hits the wall from Hugo. Going to start taking a lot of damage. Chris Cicero is kind of coming in to help out. Now, he is pretty tanky with that Heart of Gold, Philosopher's Stone, and Kindle Gem. Unfortunately, he's kind of duked his own partner. Chris Cicero actually got duked by Paktar's motions.
But up top, looks like we might have a kill on... Nope. I really managing to get away.
There, Paktar goes down. Another kill for Hugo. Hugo now at 4-0-0. He's got the Rod of Ages, already stacking that health, mana, and AP. And,
I think in his last moments there, Paktar just started doing his dance.
Oh, yeah. So I don't think we need to say anything. I think Pureownage just described exactly for us in that last kill what they need to do to get back in this game.
Yeah.
Abuse their out of position. Because definitely Spaghetti Cat is kind of taking advantage of the fact that they can split push incessantly. I mean, Trinimir's just been top all game.
Yeah, that's right. He hasn't really left. And if I'm Team Spaghetti Cat right now, the one thing I'm thinking of is I really don't want to stand in Karthus after he's dead.
No
because
kidding.
he is the person who is going to do the majority of the damage.
Actually, J-Light could be in a bad position right now. Look, if Psychotic and Recross just turned around right now, got any kind of CC on J-Light down. Oh no, but the turnaround, Mr. Gulliver's coming in, Chris Cicero's in, J-Light's in, already starting to take the tower. He's on Psychotic, who will go down. He picks up the kill. Hugo flashes in. He flashes over the wall, has not used his ult quite yet. I'm talking about J-Light, of course, and everyone's pretty stable actually at this point, but Psychotic's down. This is the ult from Karthus. He could be interrupted. It's going to be not quite enough for J-Light, who does pop his ult.
Yeah, I think he thought Tryndamere had not ulted yet and thought he got the kill easy, but sadly
He might have just wanted to soften them up as well. That was actually not as bad as it could have gone for Pureownage.
I'm really surprised that Tryndamere was able to get out there without using his ult and then had it for that fight.
Yeah, actually, J-Light against Irelia top right now. The exhaust goes down on J-Light. Or, I'm sorry, on Irelia. He spins in, and there's the kill. Literally, that kill had everything to do with exhaust. That was just Asian not knowing that J-Light's exhaust was up, and that's something you really need to know about your lane partner.
Paktar getting a little too aggressive again. We've seen this several times.
Psychotic coming in. They do know that J-Light's ult is down. They can totally pick J-Light right now, but he spins over the wall. Very nice. And the flash for J-Light is down, actually. Paktar's is up. Nope, it's down. Exhaust is up, though.
I do have to say I think Paktar needs to take it down a little bit of a notch. He's gotten caught a few times already, and you don't want to feed Karthus any more than you have to.
That's true. And Hugo is still not died. Still sitting at 400. Let's actually take a look at his gold. Well, here's the telling point. He's highest on his team, but that is still only about tied with the 4th highest on Spaghetti Cat's team. I mean, the gold right now for Tryndamere is absurd. 8.7k, and then 7 in the 7,000s for Sion and Ezreal each.
I think Chris's Serial just tried to stop Karthus backing using his ult, but actually missed a still target. Sorry, Chris.
Well, you'll notice that Summoner's Rift actually is daylight right now, and as you'll know, Gollum does have trouble seeing in daylight. He has the big eyes. He has, the big optic fiber. And Paktar is in a good position. Psychotic is not. Wow.
Actually, totally fine there.
Yeah, that getting blown up immediately. Mr. Gulliver's jumping up to that rampage at 4-0 and 2. The only members of Spaghetti Cat that have died have been Paktar, J-Light, and Warwick. Excuse me, Polycat.
Right, but Paktar 3 times.
That's important. Paktar, you're letting us down, boy.
Come on, Paktar.
And we got this general split pushing strategy again, basically between mid and top right now. Interesting, because they could totally take this free tower bottom if they so decided, but they're so far ahead. Chris is here laying on some serious damage on Irelia there. Getting poked a little bit by Hugo and Warwick's. E does proc there. They could swing around bot and get a free tower, but instead the ping on Baron. Oh, yeah.
We do have Paktar with oracles, so that's definitely good. He knows that it's safe.
Yep.
But it looks like Team Pureownage just guessed. Don't need the wards.
Oh, I'm gonna watch up their vision right now. They're walking into this. This is so bad. The slow from Mocking Shot goes off. Ez's ult is very good. Sona's ult is very good as well, but Hugo's gonna get burst down. Now he does have the corpse. Psychotic though going down, and that's really bad. Rick Ross is gonna go down. The ult for Hugo is good. Does get the kill on Paktar, but that's gonna be an ace. It's true is the only member left. Oh no, I'm sorry, Asian was still up. There goes Asian. It's true, getting very low. J-Light getting pretty low, but there's the ace. Boom. And
so,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, they surrendered actually. That's the game. That's the first game.
All right. GG's all around. The first game will go to Team Spaghetti Cat. This is the first round of the Ryze Up 2012 tournament, and I'm going to go ahead and split the video. I'll have the second one up for the second game, so you can watch that immediately. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys soon.